Finch. I'm secretary of the International Feng Shui Guild, and I am a classical Feng Shui practitioner. I work with flying stars and water formulas, mountain San Feng Shui, landform formulas, etc. I love all things Feng Shui, and I embrace all schools. Today, for my health tip, I'm going to talk about something called mountain dragons and where they exist in homes. So classical Feng Shui masters and grandmasters will all agree that your home has a number of mountain dragons in them. They can be passive or they can be activated. There are a few different ways that you would activate a mountain dragon. Not all mountain dragons are good. Some are good, some are bad, some are ugly. They're not all created equally. And many times what we find is the quality of our health and relationships in our home when you use Flying Star Feng Shui comes from largely activation of a mountain dragon in your home. So these mountain dragons can be activated by a real mountain. I'm in Colorado, so I'm always looking at mountain dragons and real mountains and what might be activating a mountain dragon in your home for good, bad, or ugly. But also a virtual mountain, like a statue or something, large outside your property or even inside your property. But most importantly, where you sleep, whether you got a mountain there or not, turns on a mountain dragon when you sleep. Like I said, it can be good, bad, or ugly. So I always look at the directions that people sleep in their home with their flying star chart to see what that is turning on in your life. If it's a good mountain dragon, great. Maybe we can even enhance it. If it's a not so good, we can see what we can do to change it. So I invite everyone who might be interested in classical Feng Shui to get your energetic chart of your home done. Like I offer packages from anyone that wants to do it themselves to do the whole project. So I want to thank you for tuning in. And like I said, invite you to get to know your home a little better, figure out where your mountain dragons are and how that is influencing your health and your relationships in your life. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm sending great Feng Shui your way.
Hello. My name is Shelley Nordlund, and I live and work in Seattle, Washington. I have a company called Transformations for Interiors, and I'm a creative and skillful interior designer and a BTB Feng Shui consultant who's an excellent communicator. I help people in the Puget Sound region to achieve their most beneficial and harmonious spaces to live and work. I also create comfortable, functional, and beautiful environments for my interior design clients, and I use Feng Shui principles to guide my designs, keeping my clients' needs and tastes and preferences as far as style at the forefront. My tip for today is kind of an echo of the last person who just spoke, and that is if you want to maintain your health, hanging a crystal from that health wall or the center of your home, or it could be the center of your bedroom, that would be great. You're going to place this crystal, and this is a 40 millimeter crystal, between your box spring and mattress for 9 nights. And then when you bring it out after the ninth night, then you're gonna walk through the house. You're gonna give it a little spin, and you're going to kind of introduce it to the rest of the walls and the rest of the areas of your home. And then you can go ahead and install it. And again, intention is super important. So hang this from the red string and be asking for blessings. If you know the 3 secrets, yes, that'd be a great thing to do. But one way or another, your intention as well as your whole thought process is about your fabulous health and the health of your family and loved ones is super important. And I wish you many blessings.
Hello, I'm Peggy Cross. My business is Transforming by Designs. One of my favorite questions for people is, what is your home trying to tell you that you don't yet hear? Because everything in our homes means something, and as well as everything carries an energy. I am a Feng Shui practitioner of over 20 years experience, focusing on the Black Sect Tantric school and incorporating also some classical Compass school teachings into my consultations and my classes. I also use dowsing, and I also practice space clearing. Right now, I am hosting a weekly class on Zoom, as are lots of people Zooming in this world right now. As an artist, one of the most important things I find for people's health and well-being is the artwork that they have in their homes. Do they find it emotionally and mentally uplifting? That is what I always hope for. Behind me, for example, over here we have global love, and over here, this is one that depicts happiness that I simply call Happy Day. One of the things I have experienced with a client many years ago when I lived in Florida was a problem with her relationship. She had a lovely man living with her, and they were having some disconnects in their relationship. So going through her home, what did I notice on her wall but a depiction of a man pulling a woman by her hair across the floor of his cave. Now, would that support you in feeling good about a relationship or yourself? And I ask you, how could that possibly be uplifting for your emotions? It couldn't. So that went out. That was some clutter that she definitely let go of. So artwork can be uplifting, it can be neutral, but it can also take you down into a depressed state. As human beings, we're very flexible, and we very quickly get accustomed to the energy that we have around us. So again, what is your home trying to tell you that you don't yet hear? I love working with clients at a distance using floor plans and videos. It is every bit as effective as working in person. For space clearing, I work on site. There is nothing quite as interesting as feeling a doppelganger rush by me on its way out of the space. So I invite you to be open to what you can feel and see and sense in your home right now that you may not previously have been aware of. I'm wishing you health, happiness, and many blessings.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. It's really a great opportunity to share a Feng Shui tip with you. I'm Judith Wendell, and my company is called Sacred Currents Integrative Design. So I do Feng Shui as well as design, but also work with a lot of other designers and interior decorators. I've worked on hotels and large corporate spaces as well as studio apartments. I'm based in New York, but I have traveled to Portland, Oregon, and Hawaii and Florida to work on projects as well as working virtually. I've studied BTV. I was in the first graduating class in 1999, but also Flying Star Classical Feng Shui. And one of my specialties is doing space clearing, ritual in homes to both clear out unwanted energies as well as enhancing and blessing the space for be it a commercial space, a business, or a home and family. My Feng Shui tip for today is the front door. No matter what the business is, no matter what the home is, large or small, everybody has a front door, and this is called the mouth of Qi. And just like on the mouth of the body, this is what nourishes the body. The front door is very symbolic in Feng Shui for how we come into our world. So one very basic thing is that your front door be open a full 90 degrees, that there's no clutter behind it, and subsequently you have a full opening for all opportunities. The door itself, it shouldn't be cranky or difficult to open. It shouldn't be squeaky. You should really be have it just be a very easy and not symbolize any kind of struggle. Once you come in, you want to come into a very lit environment. It might be a small dark hall. A lot of apartments in Manhattan are like that. So to turn on the light switch immediately, or maybe have an automatic light that comes in just with a motion sensor, would be very great. The other thing is, if your hallway looks directly towards a window, we don't want the chi to move too quickly and out and not nurture the rest of your life and the apartment or home. So we will, as was suggested very accurately, be it a crystal or a plant or something that starts to break this line so that the energy isn't moving too quickly, but not obstruct the view or obstruct any of the walk space, but also to just slow the energy down. Another suggestion I'd say in terms of light and openness, particularly in a small hallway, is to install a mirror very close to the door. It's great for checking yourself out before you leave, but more importantly, when you come in, the space appears larger. It may actually give you command of being able to see behind yourself when you come in, so it's sort of a bit of a security. You're not just walking into a wall, but you have, you know, a spatial perspective. And lastly, although you may have a very high-end security system, perhaps you don't, and putting a bell, some sort of bell from your doorknob, alerts you to the fact that somebody has walked in. If you're in your bedroom or your kitchen, you will be in command of your environment. So I thank you so much. These all are easy things to do, and I encourage you to, you know, take a look at your front door and be well, be very well.